Long before we visited Liberty Falls, sometime at the end of the 1700s, some shifty cult leader called Josiah Shem discovered a tribe of Native Americans in groups of caverns underneath Liberty Falls, and decided that these natives needed some freedom and liberty. It wasn't oil they had found below the surface, but ancient crystals and a shrine to Gyarados. These natives can be seen surrounding the statue, and I just know you savages did not disturb them by knocking into them and sniffing that ancient dust. Did you? Did you? We get a glimpse of this tribe's history when we pick up the ritual item in the safe, the decorative antler. Cult boy Shem ran the natives out of town with some bodged eviction papers. Shem became an influencer and made loads of money being affiliated with a Counter-Strike in Lotto website, or something like that, I don't know. With this money, he decided to build the mansion. This would become known as Shemsy's party pad. 1810. Shem and his followers vanish without a trace. From the intel, we can gather that Shem had been getting intimate with a demon-like fella. This demon is referred to in multiple ways. Shemsy directly uses the terms Aldebaran and the Deathless One. Aldebaran is a star in the Taurus constellation. This is also mentioned within the audio logs.
Behold, brothers and sisters, Aldebaran rises! Blessed Taurus turns its mighty eye to witness our supplications!
This further ties in with the zombies lore and connections to Lovecraftian mythos, as Aldebaran is depicted as one of these squid fellas that we have all seen before. We have also heard the Deathless One before. This is the moniker for Cortifex from Vanguard that no one cared about. I have 4 guesses as to who this demon could be. First, Cortifex. Second, Dr. Monty, the Shadow Man. Third, Zykov, who we captured inside a Pokeball. And 4, your mum. Either way, we hear an audio log where Shemsy tries to ascend his flock in a ritual with your mum. From the sound of it, things go to shit, and something doesn't go well for Shem and the boys. We revisit the moment just before this ritual, when we go through the painting of Shem in the banquet hall. After collecting the bottle from the table, we are able to fill 3 cups each, revealing a symbol. I will geek out a bit here, but the 3 alchemical symbols combined can symbolize a transformation or ascension. I'll let AI fill you in on the details here, but Shemsy knew his stuff, and it looked like he was trying to gain ultimate power for the demon, or himself. Symbolically, combining these elements reflects the threefold nature of the Philosopher's Stone. The Philosopher's Stone could be a stand-in for any amount of ultimate artifacts within Zombies lore. The Sentinel artifact, Prima Materia, the Summoning Key, all center around the idea of transformation, eternal life, and unlimited power. But that's way too serious for this video. Anyway, Shem tried to get in bed with the demon and got wrecked alongside his cronies in the process. A tale as old as time. The mansion swaps hands a few times after Shemsy and the boys, and eventually gets snapped up by Fats Malloy, who hosts a party at the estate, which is raided by federal agents, resulting in a violent shootout. This is the same guy we see in the painting, past the secret door. This slimy guy ran a moonshine operation in the basement. Once we collect his flask of booze, we start the ritual to charge the Sentinel artifact. We do the same one last time for the final portrait. This guy was the next owner of the mansion, Sam Colton, a nuclear plant owner who was assassinated at the estate by the widow of a deceased employee. Since we pick up the damning evidence to start the ritual, I assume Mr. Colton's bodged running of the plant resulted in the death of the widow's husband. This is the final time we charge the Sentinel artifact.
Hey Eddie, will Treyarch always recycle content?
Always.
February 4th, 1979. Graduate student Tammy Lundberg records her thesis research, detailing the history of the Shem estate. She discovers the caverns under and around the mansion. This is how Richtofen catches wind of the liminal spaces within the mansion. He plans to purchase the mansion and make it his base of operations for Project Janus. After moving into the mansion, Richtofen begins investigating Prima Materia, inspired by his father, Gabriel Kraft's notes. Prima materia is likened to protomatter, a chaos substance that can be shaped into anything. Eddie, being a scientist, doesn't initially buy into that magic MBO jumbo, but becomes increasingly invested by the thought of being able to revive his late wife and son. This leads him to seek the Sentinel artifact, leading to the events of Citadel and the Tomb. The artifact is believed to manipulate the mumbo-jumbo smoke matter.
Who's that Pokemon? It's Synaptic Algorithm Module.
Sam, the AI, begins questioning Richtoven's ethics and motivations. She requests a biological body to experience life again. He refuses. She grows increasingly withdrawn and unstable. This leads her to seeking the Sentinel artifact from us later, so that she can try gain a physical body. Richtofen reports slow but real progress exploring liminal spaces under the estate. A few of his workers don't make it, but that's a sacrifice he is willing to make. Eddie keeps this research on the down low from the rest of his employees. Meanwhile, Eddie's dad, Kraft, who we saw in the Citadel ending cutscene, warns Eddie, his son, to stay away from the artifact after he becomes a deadbeat dad and cuts ties. John Blanchard, the security guard from the Liberty Falls cutscene, notices that Panos, the scientist from the Liberty Falls church, is now seemingly possessed by the Dark Ether and has gone a little bit mental.
Like the director, he came with promises, power, forbidden knowledge, a reckoning for my enemies. But unlike the director, his mastery of the Dark Ether is real. And what's more, he promised me a way out.
Blanchard vows to kill him. As you do. Panos speaks to a mysterious benefactor with power over the Dark Ether in one of the Shattered Veil radios. This fella might well be the same demon that killed off Shemzy and the boys in their party pad. He then sees Panos on one of the security cameras at Janus Towers, the map we will be going to next.
Motion-activated camera showed him arriving at Janus Towers right before it shorted out. Once I'm done here, I'll chase him down and put a bullet right in his crown.
Since we charged the Sentinel artifact for Sam, it's not clear what the next map will entail. But now that we have teamed up with Richtofen, there is sure to be chaos. I would assume we are going to come across Blanchard, Panos, and hopefully the Mad Demon. Sam could very well gain a physical body, who knows, but I'll be sure to cover it without all the extra fluff when there is more info.